everyone, a very warm welcome to all the viewers of BW Business World and BW Disrupt. Welcome to another feature interview. Today we have with us Mr. Harshvardhan Lunia, who is the founder and CEO at Lending. Welcome, Mr. Lunia.
Thanks, Resham. Thanks for inviting us on this platform.
Today we will dive into the conversation how the lending space, NBFC space is changing, and what are the new dynamics and metrics in place. Just to start the conversation, I would want to know what is the, macro picture looks like to you, and what have changed in last 2 to 3 years for the better?
Resham, I think macro picture, we all know the uncertainties that are going on, right? In terms of some war going on somewhere and inflation pressures in the developed economies and everything. And we too ourselves are going through some of that pain. But I think the true story of the country overall, that we are a consumer-led country where we need to serve our people and their needs are still there. I think the per capita income is growing. We are superbly strong in terms of growth of our GDP and everything. So those fundamental character of the country, right, which has been the backbone of economy growing and building up, is still sound and safe. And I think a lot of things are happening now that we are mostly out of COVID, overall of COVID. A lot of sectors are seeing growth in terms of those sectors. So we will continue seeing that, Resham. In terms of financial services, Resham, I think last 3-4 quarters have been particularly good for all of us post wave 2. There was again a dip last year in terms of business, but I think post September, October onwards, and it's been almost 9 months now, all of us are doing reasonably good business, and the businesses are also taking up money. The fund rotation is happening decently well. So it's continuing reasonably well now, Resham.
And we would like to know what is new happening at Lendingkart. What are some of the policies and initiatives that Lendingkart is coming up with, and in order to help MSMEs with so much of uncertainty and volatile times?
I think, Resham, when we started out in 2014, we were very clear that we will try and serve the underserved segment, right? We started the company by designing a credit product for them overall, the credit product which could suffice to their needs, which could help them build their business and everything. Because we didn't find too many takers in the market, a lot of people questioned whether we could deliver it, that product would deliver and make money and everything. First 4-5 years of our existence, we did the product on our own, delivered it to the consumer. They've liked it. We've been growing phenomenally well as well. That was there. And now the time, I think post 2018-19, we thought of how we can enable others, right, to start basically giving credit through us or maybe directly through them itself to smaller businesses and everything. And that's where we started creating platform versions of all our capabilities, right? If you look at lending, it's a simple business of origination, underwriting, and collections, right, overall. So whatever we've done across our journey in terms of building a digital onboarding and digital distribution, in terms of algo-driven underwriting, and in terms of digital collections as well, Resham, we basically have now turned them into or productized them into capabilities, and we are allowing others to use it. Last 12 to 18 months, Resham, we've launched 4 platforms. Together is our first platform where we have gone ahead and created a full stack SaaS for anybody who wants to give money to small and micro units. We originate, underwrite, and collect it for them. We provide them the service and they can go ahead and build their book for small and micro units. The second platform is Accelerate, which is our distribution platform, where we give them access to all the distribution resources that we built across the country in the last 8 years of our existence. The third platform, Resham, is basically the underwriting platform, where we've created algo-driven underwriting for these people overall, and we are happy to share that with others as well, whoever wants to use it. We can enable it on their servers and allow them to book business as well. Third is the collections platform, which we have built for pan-India collections, and we are allowing others to use as well. Resham, to give you some numbers, we've lent 10,000 crore already pan-India in 4,000 towns and cities. We are the largest in country in terms of size and scale in delivering money to MSMEs overall, reach. Overall, we are the largest in the country in reach overall, and 99% of our customers, we've never seen them or they've never seen us. The money goes online and money comes back online as well, Resham. So we are now allowing all the other institutions. We've almost got 16 live partners and 7 in the pipeline who use these services, Resham. So this is what is new going on at our end.
10,000 crore is a big number. Starting from credit product to accelerated programs and underwriting. So much going on, Harsh. You just rightly mentioned that if money goes online and we haven't seen people in person. How technology has helped you in big way? Just because technology interventions in any segment is, top most right now. What are some of the areas that developed just because of technology very well?
Resham, in financial services, when you have to lend money to people, overall, right, you need to solve for three key things. The first key thing is that you need to have cost to income ratio properly built, right? Because we lend a small amount, right? We lend around 5-6 lakhs on an average to a consumer, right? If you had to do that with a branch model or with people model, the cost or OPEX to deliver that loan would be very high. So technology has helped us to improve and put in a lot of efficiencies in our systems, which reduces the cost to income ratio drastically low, right? So that even if we have a small loan amount, we don't incur a huge cost in giving that loan amount digitally, right? Whether it's on the back of public infrastructure of eKYC, sign-in ad, similarly digital distribution and algo-driven underwriting, we can do thousands and thousands of that loan. That is where technology, data, and product helps you. Technology and data a lot helps you in that. The second important piece is access to capital as well, Resham, right? With co-lending now picking up and our platform approach picking up, we have a lot of partners who have depositors' money, right? Who basically have money to lend to smaller and micro units, but they don't have the resources or they don't have the infrastructure to lend money, right? At a cheaper or cost to income ratios, which we do overall. So we are now integrating with them through API versions and enabling them as well to lend money to the smaller businesses. Thirdly, I think Resham, for us to do for the company to for the country to reach financial inclusion, right? A lot of micro-sized products are required, right? Which will have to reach to people, which will have to reach to the end consumer for them to get into financial inclusion. For these micro-sized products, overall, Resham, you need to finally make a proper ROA, ROE, right? Return on asset and return on equity for these to grow and these to work as well. Technology and data has helped us to design personalized products for our consumers. Similarly, they have helped us deliver in a form and fashion which could make it a sustainable business model as well, right? So you could design micro products for the consumer. You could give them a proper experience and engagement and still make money out of it, which was not difficult. Technology and product has helped us a lot in doing that, Resham.
Just because the industry is changing, and when we talk about tier 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and even beyond, we are on the right track. Even if these interventions seems running on a slow pace, but we are on the right track, it seems. Now, you as a founder, how are you looking at the startup ecosystem building and evolving at every stage? Profitability becomes a key factor here now. Revenue, we are just not looking at the valuations, but investors are betting high on revenue and profitability. What do you have to say about it? And how fast are you taking Lendingkart to that stage?
So I think Resham, we've seen across, like, it's been 8 years that I've been running Lendingkart now. We've seen cycles of focus on revenue, cycles of focus on growth, and cycles of focus on profitability. I think we've been through those times where all of them have become important for investors, right? My suggestion to the founders would be that you need to always create a sustainable business model overall. And if that means basically aiming for EBITDA positivity or maybe aiming for profitability overall, Resham, you should go ahead and focus only on sustainable business model where you don't have to worry about existential crisis for your business, right? Till a certain size and scale, obviously, Resham, you won't be able to do it, but after a certain size and scale, you cannot be sitting on a burning train. For us, Touchwood, Resham, we've been our NBFC has been profitable since last 3 years, almost 3 to 4 years. So we've never been on that burning train for long now. We've always believed in creating a sustainable business model. We did take some provisions last year, some hit for our COVID hit customers overall, and we found that as a prudent thing, and we did it overall. But I think since last 3 quarters, we've been making ample profits in our business. I think I'm proud to say that we have another rare fintech startups in the country that's actually making net profit, not only EBITDA positive or gross margin positive. We are actually a startup that actually making net profits even after all the technology, product, and data science investments that we do.
Can we talk a little more about how the culture is evolving? When we can see people coming from tier 2, tier 3 cities, not just the entrepreneurs. We were two years back, we were talking entrepreneurs coming up from tier 2, tier 3 cities, but now investors are coming up from there.
Sure.
I mean, certainly India is, I mean, if not, we can say Bharat is on a progressive run. What do you have to say about how the culture of startup ecosystem is evolving? We have hundreds and hundreds of startups building every day. I can't imagine the number. We have just hit a mark of 75,000 startups, recognized
Wow.
startups in India. So
Wow.
this is something we must be proud of as a country. What do you have to say about the ecosystem evolving and the culture of it?
No, I think Resham, this is phenomenal. Overall, we as a country have always, I think we as a country have always believed in innovation. But our term for innovation has been for jugaad, right? In the sense of we normally been involved in jugaad in some sense or the other, and we've been running businesses as well, right? And we've been like shrewd businessmen. We've been running it. But I think the way last few years. Startup ecosystem has picked up, right? And a lot of younger entrepreneurs are coming up, right? Even from tier 2, 3, 4 cities. It's a great example that now even the parents, even the society and ecosystem respects entrepreneurship, respects innovation, and respects people who are contributing for that, right? That journey, in terms of entrepreneurial journey, I'll be candid, Resham, it might not be the most fulfilling monetarily for you overall because you have struggles, you have areas to work on, you continuously are trying to improve things, right? And only few of us get fully supported by investors and get enough money to sustain, grow, and everything, right? But I think that's where if the passion lies of entrepreneurs to change the world, right, overall to create a dent in universe and stuff like that, this is extremely important for more and more people to start believing in this, working with people, joining hands together and solving for it. I think last 2 3 years, the government has played a very good role. The ecosystems played a very good role. I think investors are also respecting that. Similarly, founders are also seeing a lot of respect for the work that they are doing, right? Success and failure in the end is relative, right? Somebody will be too successful, somebody will be less successful. But if you get respect for what you are doing, that's what is important. So I think this is phenomenal. I think we are seeing a great decade for us in terms of entrepreneurs. And I think it will be good if in the country we can continue doing that because a lot of us, if we can solve for society, right, create products which are required for India and then go global from there as well, we could solve a lot of problems for society, not only in India, but the world as well.
Some of the experts are also saying it is the best time to be an entrepreneur. I don't know because I'm not one, but yeah, it can be. When it comes to investor and founder relationship, it's like finding a perfect match. Just because investors also have certain goals to achieve or some plans in place, strategies, whether they are looking at some short-term
Yeah.
success or long-term sustainable businesses. So that's a perfect match to be find out. But when it comes to like enabling a sustainable business, that's really a taxing job for an entrepreneur. Nobody knows that in depth, but only an entrepreneur does. Just my final question before you go away. What are your next big plans? What we can expect from Lendingkart? What's coming up?
So one of the important goalposts that we're keeping for ourselves, Resham, is we are profitable now almost, and we are doing very well overall. Our platform business is like literally skyrocketing. I think it'll be a good time in next 6 8 quarters, 6 quarters, 8 quarters, probably to go for an IPO. Be a company actually that makes profits. Be a company that actually is able to show proper returns to the investors in the form of money invested and bring back the lack of confidence that retail investors or the institutional investors that have from on the startup front. I think as a country we've done phenomenally good. We are supporting the startups and everything. I think we've done phenomenally well in last 12 to 18 months where a lot of startups have gone for an IPO and people have appreciated their hardworking models as well, right? Not necessarily every model will yield profit from day zero, but you're still solving for the society. Either it's in form of logistics, delivery, or a local food delivery or whatever. Now's the time in next 12, 24 months, if few of us who are doing good, right, overall in terms of making money and able to show proper ROE to the investors, and then go and prove that these startups or us can create reasonably sustainable business models which can grow, which can solve, which can earn money and behave like normally growing great businesses. It'll be great for the ecosystem as well.
Good. Looking forward to an IPO. What's your motivating line? What's that?
It's a philosophical question, Resham. I don't think I can answer that in one line, but I think I've normally got from the friends, family, and everything, right? That the more power and authority you have, the more responsibility it is on you, right? So it's like the Spider-Man's line. We've been blessed with. Been blessed with both Lakshmi and Saraswati on our end, right? We've got money from investors, we've got learned people. I think if we don't solve for the society, who else will? So I think that keeps us
Lovely.
going day in, day out. Resham.
Lovely. I mean, this was an insightful conversation. We did discuss about financial inclusion needed, micro products from government, API versions, how you accelerating MSMEs. It's very important for entrepreneurs to build a sustainable business because that will only run for a long term. And in India, innovation still remains synonymous to jugaad. But we are looking towards brighter future. Thank you so much for your time. This was a very, very insightful conversation for me.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Resham, for hosting me over here. Thank you.
Thanks, Harsh. That was a formal close to this interview. I really, really enjoyed this conversation. I'm really grateful to you and your time.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Resham, for bringing us on this platform.